Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com. Good morning, folks. Good morning. As your usual mindset deliverance, it's here. I'm glad that you're here with me. I really am. We're going to talk about, do you have the will to succeed? One thing I've learned is if you look at my life and think that, oh, Phil's successful, he must have money. That's true. Yeah, I do. More than I've had when I was 20. And having more money doesn't mean that's a better thing. It's better to have money and be financially wise than it is to have a lot of money and be financially wasteful. There's a difference. When I say I have money, I have enough money to support my family and get us through a rough spot. But I don't have longevity with money. It still requires me to go to work, to make these drives, to make this content. I still have to make content while I'm going to work, where most people can just sit there and just, go to work on automatic pilot. I still have to be creative in my off times or be creative while I'm working, doing two things at once, essentially being two full-time employees. But that is the demand of the times we live in. That is the demand of a man and the days we exist. And the demands of a man, because I'm not a woman, I'm a man, have always required some level of sacrifice to all men in all times if they were to succeed. Now, for women, the sacrifice or the obligations of what a woman, the demands for a woman are always different. They're evolving throughout time. But in this day and time, now that we have equality, the demands are starting to become the same. And it does not matter if you can deal with the demands, you must understand the requirements for the things that you want out of life. Whatever your level of succeeding is, there is a demand for that succession. And I say that because people who are not aware of that demand end up becoming absorbed or fail because they're not able to understand what is required of them. They're not able to understand what is needed in order to really succeed. They ask for success, but they give nothing in return. I've talked about the law of equivalent exchange. You must have the will to succeed because the days will be long and the hours are hard. Believe me. You notice I didn't say the work is hard and the hours are hard. No, in those time and the time that you have to work, what has to be done requires your thinking ability. You have to use brain power. That is hard if you're not practicing it regularly. It is hard being consistent. I had a message from my mom the other day. She's like, boy, you pumping these videos out. I can't even keep up. When I get to the point where people, and Don Combs has said the same thing,